Bert come up with the idea? Where did God speak to him about starting White Fields and supporting the pastor on the water?
We decided to come home the long way instead of the short way.
All right.
And we took a boat.
Okay.
From Tokyo, we had to come this way.
Uh-huh.
And we went all around.
Okay.
And came in on the other side of the United. We did the whole circle.
Ah, okay.
He said, we'll do it this one time. We'll probably never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, but we won't land on the west side. We'll go around.
We'll go all the way around and come on the east.
So we came in on the east side and then worked our way across the country.
Okay.
He said, I don't want to go back. I don't want to be like all the other missionaries that go back and the field never hears from them again.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'd like to do something that will enable them to still work in the field, even if we aren't there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we have lots of centers that we need to go and tell this story to.
Okay.
See, it's not real clear in my mind.
Sure, no, that was in 1953, something like that.
Well, we have to get support for the workers in Japan to replace ourselves.
There you go.
He said, because we're just one couple.
Right.
And we can't do first of all, we can't do what the nationals will do. The nationals can speak to their own people.
Right.
We cannot speak to them without an interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, we'll try to replace ourselves by giving them a little bit of support.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a little bit of support helped, but they still had to work a job out there in order to feed their family.
Right.
Maybe they're feeding a family of 6 children. And it was tough lines. They could not do it without a little bit of help.
Something to help.
And Bert realized that. But, the indigenous, that was a big word then.
Right.
And the churches, new churches in Japan or any country had to be indigenous. Or you couldn't function.
Right.
And the people back home didn't have a clue what that meant or what was involved.
Everything there was about missionaries.
He came home and one by one he picked up a little support. They'd say, well, we understand what you're saying. How can we help? Mm-hmm. And little by little, he got the message across. Okay. But he had more opposition than you would ever believe. Even my own brother, he said, you can't do that. You can't send money to the nationals. And Bert tried to explain to him. My own brother never did understand.
Oh, okay.
Never, and he was about the only one that didn't. Everybody else said, well, I see where you're coming from. Right. Yes, we certainly will try to support that.
And now there are hundreds of churches in Japan, hundreds and hundreds that have been started through that method. Yeah.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah, together with the missionaries and hundreds of churches now.
He was 1 in a million guy.
Yeah.
Bert.
Yeah.
He was funny as a barrel of monkeys. He really was.
The whole barrel of monkeys.
A whole barrel of monkeys.
Yeah, he was funny.
And kind.
Yeah.
But you couldn't pull any wool over his eyes.
Oh, really? Did you try?
Oh, no. He would see through it.
Oh, okay.
He'd say, well, yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Okay.
Or, yeah, I think we could probably work through that.
Okay.
And he was 1 in a million.
Yeah, that's a good.
And how I ever got him, only the Lord put us together.